Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, and I'm ready to make the journal cover for the journal. I don't hate this. I actually really like this fabric, but I did go ahead and ink the back of it just to see what it would look like. There's like 3 different inks on there. I'm just going to use whatever the lighter one is. I think I have plenty of. That's walnut stained. I'm going to use Vintage Photo. And not, but spray it a little bit more lightly. And I'm spraying it on the back, and it kind of comes through the front and just darkens and unyellowifies some of these. I don't mind the yellow, but it's a little bit much too. So I'm going to actually spray it with water first. And I'm doing it on the back, partly because sometimes when you use inks on fabric, they can feel a little bit sticky, icky, weird, and so I'm just kind of doing it on the back, and it'll still come through the fabric. It's not like I'm going to eliminate that feeling, but yeah, and just how it, and then I can do it as I'm gonna start light, see how it looks, maybe do some on the front too, but starting on the back here, and turn it over and see. All right, let's see. I can see where it's a little, all right, I want to go a little heavier than that. I don't think I have to go crazy, but I do want it a little bit heavier than that. And then, of course, I'll need to let it dry. Will I do any stamping on the other side? That's a good question because there's flowers, but adding some script or, I just happened to see the asemic writing out of the corner of my eye, and I'm kind of like, I wonder if I added that with some paint or some permanent ink, what that would be like. All right, just getting this nice and good and wet here. Now, if I smushed the ink on, it would be a different look, but I especially want to get where I have those light colors there, because I just kind of, that's where I want it to come through the most. I mean, this isn't a bad look either, really, because you get the lines in the background. I would not be opposed to using this backwards, but I do like the flowers on the other side. But if you have fabric that you don't like, that is a thought. Of course, I will still have like one piece of the original left when this is all said and done, so we can compare it. And then I'll dry that with a dryer, and I will be back. It should dry a little bit lighter, but it's more dark now, which I like it better already. We'll see if I can get the ink off my hands. I did mention a workman's friend the other day, and in a video, and I didn't say what it was. It's basically gloves in a bottle. It's a barrier skin cream, and I did remember to put it on after I already played with inks earlier today, so, this may or may come off somewhat easily today. We'll see. All right, I'm gonna wear this with a heat gun. So far, the heat gun has not warped this piece of, I think it's like vinyl wallpaper or whatever. Surprisingly, hasn't affected that too much. Might now. I don't know. We'll see. So I have partially dried it, and I'm going to set it to the side, and hopefully it will continue to dry. I'm going to add some things to it before I turn it into a cover as well, or after. I don't know. Definitely has to get dry first. But I also want to make some paper. So I've got my sulfite, S-U-L-P-H-I-T-E. I did a video recently with them. So colors that I'm looking for, the lumberjack red maybe? So the blue definitely did get darker, which I prefer. So I've got a couple blues to try. I'm just gonna spray them on the paper to see how they do. So that is actually pretty close to what I would want for that. See, this is what I was trying to get away from. That's kind of what it was originally. Although that mixed with some black might be okay. All right. And we have like this deep burgundy red now. It was a brighter red. That could possibly, this was lumberjack plaid. I got aged mahogany. Does anybody know where I put all my new inks I just had? Oh, there they are. Maybe I did not get aged mahogany. I thought that I had, but that's okay because when I mix like black with the festive berries, I kind of get something similar-ish probably. Let's see. Put this over to the side. Just spray a little bit of, so you know, you just take whatever paper you're going to use to test out the colors that you're going to like in the end. I've got some black soot to try. Alright, so like if I spray a little black soot with either one of those and mix that up, it changes it up, adds to the reddish pinkish a little bit. We also had, oh, I think the wild honey will work as well. Also, I think I don't know, antique linen maybe. Yeah, that will work. And I was thinking of, oh, wild honey I was thinking of. That's the one I just sprayed, wasn't it? Mustard seed I think will be a little bit on the bright side, but it could work in some instances. I was looking for the other yellow. Oh, scattered straw. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, scattered straw will work. You can see the black and the red starts to turn a little purpley a little bit. All right, so that was just figuring out my colors. I think most any colors are going to work, but making it dark and grungy will just be more fun. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to spray a bunch of papers, and then I'm going to put, I'll show you how I stack them with the stencils to get the designs that I want to get. And I said that I'm using the sulfite paper. I really like how it takes the sprays and whatnot. So I am going to spray one side, and then I'm flipping it over because that's just going to help it to lay flatter and not curl up quite so much. I knew that. I saw somebody do it recently. I'm like, oh yeah, I knew that. I knew to do that. So some of these will be pages in the book. Some will be used for collage, for the tags and ephemera. And just going to have some fun with it. Antique linen? Sure, why not? And I could just leave it like this and not put another piece on top. But I tend to put another piece on top because that's just a lot of water. So I'm going to set that on top and just, I'm pressing lightly. Usually I will spread, but I'm just kind of doing it lightly as well. Not sure if that's what I want or not. That's okay. That does not have to be the final decision. I don't really want it to turn purple either. Let's get, not the green. Oh yeah, there's green in those flowers too. So I can also, nope, that's not what I want. I want the red. The lumberjack plaid is kind of what I wanted to, oh, that's cool. I'm just kind of pressing it lightly and getting some cool effects. I kind of just want to leave that. All right. I'm going to start grabbing out some stencils. And I just grab whatever 8x10, 9x12, my big stencils mostly. And it's just to get a little bit of pattern on the back. It doesn't have to be I don't have to have that exact pattern show up. It gives it some interest, basically. It's okay if some of it does. But it does tend to work best. I'm just going to do brown on the back of this. Brown. Not walnut. Oh my goodness. It's right here. It's right here in front of my eyes. I love how that looks when it like just gets sprayed on there and it's just, so some of that will drip down into that, which is fine. Okay. This is pretty, it's 90-pound paper, so the liquid doesn't seem to, the color doesn't seem to go through too much, which is interesting. I don't want to go Christmas. let's throw on some sketch and some more black soot. And I don't know what, some more water. And grab another piece of paper. Paper? I had the paper. I just had it. How do I lose things like that? Oh, I probably put the stencils on top. Yeah, that's what I did. I got out stencils and put them on top. That's what happened. All right, I'm just going to set that on dry and it will give us a different... And oh, good. That way we kept some of the stuff that was happening. A little bit of the... I'm just barely pressing the top. Whoops. Trying to just get a little bit to come out. All right, we're going to pretend that doesn't look like blood. Totally looks like blood. It's kind of cool, though. Scattered straw. I think I'll throw in some. Because you never know what you're going to like. All right, and then maybe this is thicker paper and I can just do paper stencil, but part of the reason that in the past I was able to get the pattern from the stencil is because I would put another piece in between. Let me see. I'm going to take the mustard seed, which is brighter yellow. No, that's maybe a little bit. And just do that. It's just crazy enough. It might work. And since it is thicker paper, I am just going to go paper stencil, which, yeah, the only reason I'm doing that is because it's thicker paper. So hopefully, and if it doesn't get the pattern of the stencil, it's okay too. Uncharted Mariner. Throw some of that in there. Oops. And I'm going to flip that over. It's going to do weird, but maybe interesting things in between there. But if I don't put color on both sides, I won't get the same effects. Does that make any sense? I do want some green ones because there are the leaves. So I've got the peeled paint. That one is. Mix it with some ground espresso maybe. Just a little bit. That was a lot. So much for a little bit. And some more black soot. Apparently we're doing a lot of black in here. Just spraying it just a tiny bit. And some yellow. The bright yellow. Do I want to bring in some of the olive, crushed olive? I do love, of course, I'm kind of getting crushed olive because when the peeled paint, and I'm doing peeled paint again, when the peeled paint mixes with the yellow, you get kind of a crushed olive. So if you don't have crushed olive, but you have peeled paint and yellow, go for it. Try it. Just go for it and try it. All right. Oh, I like this one. This is one of Eddie's. It's one of my favorites. Really like this one. So I'm just gonna, that too, I need to make sure that they get pressed down. Which when I put another paper on top will. Just, yeah. Let's go ahead and we'll just do brown on this one. How now, brown cow? Will we just do brown? I don't know. If I could keep track of them, it'd be even better. Whoops. Oh, that's right. This one has some other stuff in it too, but doesn't it? The old. That's why it's a little bit more orangey than it should be for a... We'll see what these turn out. I've not ever done it with this paper like this. I've done it with copy dye and inks and regular paper and just stacked them up inside a bucket and gotten cool things doing that. But a little fire brick, maybe some rust to hinge, because I do have some reds and oranges happening. It's got to be on fire. This girl is on fire. Now we got some, whoops, that went the wrong direction. Now we got some black soot. So yeah, I'm just spraying and playing and spraying and stacking and all the things. Let's find another. Oh, this would be a good one. This is a nice just pattern to have on some paper. And it may end up a mess, but you know, we're trying things. Apparently today is a day for trying things. I'm just enjoying trying things. And a little bit more. I kind of want to use up this this vintage photo so that I can open the new one. Because I added stuff to this one that you probably shouldn't. See, that's more like the color it's supposed to be. That's all right. Okay. And going around here, spraying some more. My hand's going to be sore after this. It's a lot of spraying. See, but when you have the second side sprayed, it just starts to settle down a little bit. How about some brighter orange? Spice marmalade. We got we'll sop up this stuff coming off the edges too. Don't worry, it's gonna be sure. This will give our eye a place to rest by having it not be so crazy. And we had lines on that last one, so I want to find a stencil that has there. Why not our favorite stencil? It's not we have lots of stencils that we love. This is just one I really like to use a lot. If you can't tell by how bent up it is. So if I just do the yellow on there, what I might do is add a little layer of Uncharted Mariner here, which will kind of turn green in the places where it goes through, maybe, because the orange yellowy bits. Yeah, my water is starting to run out a little bit. Peeled paint again? Yep, peeled paint. And a little bit of black soot. Just a little bit. Just tiny bits. There we go. Just tiny bits, like I said. And maybe a little bit of crushed olive. Not the yellow, just thyme. Just the crushed olive so we don't lose our greenness of it all. And another one of Eddie's. We'll bring in our little happy. And so my next layer, I think I will make it brown again. How now, brown cow? Or gray. Oh, didn't I get... What did I get? That might be in... I think they were out of like some of the ones I wanted. Let's see. Vintage photo. Pumice stone. Let's do some pumice stone. I mean, it's an oxide, so it's going to be more opaque, but could still be fun. I think I might have some frayed burlap too, but it'll be a neutral, a neutrally kind of a color. That's walnut. Weathered wood. Oh, I do like weathered wood. And this weathered wood oxide, I'll mix it with that. And see what that does with the green. Who knows? It's all an experiment. She doesn't know what she's doing. She's just playing. But all the playing I do, it does tend to... Sorry, Mariah. I have it level with the desk, but my paper's not straight. I don't know. We'll just line it up with the paper. I know Mariah it was driving her crazy. I know it was. Speckled egg. I haven't opened this one yet. We have this speckled egg, which is almost done, and it barely has any color, so this would also give our eye a place to rest. And just to test the theory of having a paper in between to see, we'll put this in here, and if the pages around this one have a better imprint than the other pages, then we'll know that was the issue. Just gonna turn that over And spray this side. I know, we're getting other colors on there too, but it's all right. It's layers. It's just grungy layers. We're not worried about it. We are running out of water. Like, okay, so this water, I still have water in there, but I can't tip it like that and spray it because it won't do it. Part of me wants to try to scoop up some of this over here, but that is some peeled paint. And let's do some mustard. Maybe it'll look like flowers a little bit. And the lumberjack. Just kind of, it'll give it the illusion of being flowers, right? Of a garden of flowers. Gotta have a little bit of green. Some of it's gonna turn brown where it meets up with the red. That's just, nope, not that. That's not gonna look flowery, is it? Oh, here we go. That won't either. Let's see. Yep, we're just gonna do it though. No, not that one. I want that on a green layer, I think. All right, who do we have? Who do we have that could make it? Oh, we got Ironworks, which I'll do on one of the layers for sure and for certain. Whoops, dropping inks. I have a file over here. That is of my arts friends from all their different ones. Oh, this one might be good. The French curves might give us a little something fun pattern in there. It might not, but it might. And I don't want to stray too far from what's there, so I'm just going to do antique linen. So it'll dull some of the color down a little bit, but I shouldn't change it too much, maybe. Man. All right, I need to add some water to this. And if this ends up as a total fail, and all the colors melded together in a bad way, and it just looks terrible, what are we gonna do? Add more layers. That's all. You just add more. What's wrong with adding more? There's nothing wrong with adding more. What was this? Salt water. Abandon coral. Abandon all hope. Yep. Nope. I had Ironworks that I could put on here. And then some of these have color on them that, like inks. The paints won't come off, but any inks that are on these will come off on the papers, which just adds to the fun. Is what it does. The green and pink is going to make brown. Do we mind? No, we'll just add orange. Rusty hinge, I believe. And some wild honey. Wild for honey. Someone said it's not bee vomit. And I'm like, I don't know. I disagree. If I want to call it bee vomit, I will. I don't care if it is or not. Because there were some ads in the old days, I think, that called it bee vomit. So, just amuses me. I'm très amused. Alright, so now I definitely want to do some green because I'm going to do my magnolia. My magnolia blossoms. And, oh my goodness, it's so messy. A little bit of speckled egg, just for, I don't know why. Just a little Uncharted Mariner, because why not? And the magnolia blossoms. Not magnolia blossoms, shadows. Magnolia shadows. Definitely different than blossoms. But it's one of my favorites. I don't have just one favorite. Not from all the designers, not from myself. Don't make me pick a child. It's like making me pick my favorite child. Ooh, I know this one's not Team Artist Studio, but that would be a good flowery one. So let's go ahead and get this one wet and inked up. I think I'm going to grab the Forest Moss, which is, that's Bundled Sage. I can't even tell anymore because there's like spray all everywhere. Oh, faded jeans. That could work too on something. Here we go. Just gonna spray a little. It's like a brownie green, the forest moss. Is that what I want? I don't know. Let's mix it with the faded jeans. That could be interesting and wet. It's a lot. Okay. We press it down. I think that's one of the things that has to happen when you are doing the stencils and stuff. But I don't know how hard it's going to be to separate these. It depends on how much paint is on the stencil and this paper. I'm hoping this paper is strong enough to be able to deal with the aftermath of what I'm doing. Like I said, I've not done this with this paper before. I need to do a cleanup soon of, did we do the iron? Yeah, we did. Oh, yeah. This will, I'm going to wet this so that it can kind of soak up, spread up, whatever, get some of this stuff that's down there. There we go. That'll be interesting. All right, back to the top. This was going to be kind of a flowery. Still can. The red and the mustard. I did mustard before, then that's all right, because we got the, I gotta find my rose. I have a rose one that's different than this, but I figured this would be a good one. I think this one's Joggles. I'm not sure. Stencil Girl. I don't know. It's probably one of Hillary St. Hilaire's or something. It had belonged to my friend Sandy, and she was getting rid of some of her stencils. And I was like, oh, I'd use that. I will use whatever. I have a lot. I really need to start passing some things on to other people that don't have as much, right? Let's see. Figure out my next stencil will help me figure out what direction I want to go. I have a box of stencils over here because have I put them away? No. All right. Oh, colors. Well, we haven't done much with the blue yet, have we? It does help if it's... Yep. Start with a grungy layer from your hands. That's always fun. All right, so the blue, not forest moss, not speckled, uncharted mariner. That's what I was looking for. Some of the edges are going to get multiple colors down there, as you can probably see. And a little brown. And put on this one. Am I out of paper now? No, I still have a few more pieces. This is way more paper than I'm going to need for this journal, but, and for an experiment, yes, let's just use as much paper as possible. That's not wasteful at all. Nah, like I said, we just put layers. It's not a big deal. I'm just going to put this one on plain and see what happens with that. So I just wet it and then put it down. So, because why not? And... do we have any more stencils we want to use, or are we pretty much... I have more stencils I can use. Ooh, peacock. Peacock swirls. Oh yeah, I got some of mine. That would be good, huh? Peacock swirls, so definitely the blue. And I think some of my ephemera has some peacock on it too. So let's use some peacock feathers and some uncharted mariner. And maybe a little bit of black soot. Right? Because why not? Let's just go crazy. Oh, and I haven't used any white, have I? Because sometimes I use the white just to make it do... This is actually the Dilutions white linen, and it just does cool things in the wet of it all. So yeah, sometimes that is fun to do. You can do that with a picket fence as well, whichever one you have. And we've got this one. I think is this the last piece of paper I pulled out? I have some more. Okay. Now, if I were to spray this with some red, then we might end up with like some purples in the middle there, right? And it mixes with the blues and whatnot in between the stencil. You do want to think about that. I mean, unless you like brown. Because, I mean, there's nothing wrong with brown. Brown's safe, brown. Brown's fine. No, I don't want brown. I'm doing flowers. Wild honey. And some more of the abandoned coral. Yes, if you sit your sprays right next to where you're spraying, you are potentially... let's save the brick for the next layer. So then we're going to put the wallflowers down. These are mostly 9 by 12 size stencils. And so I grabbed a handful of paper, so that's when we'll be done, I guess, is when we get to the end of the handful of paper. And some red, which hopefully will go down in between the stencil and give some interesting effects. Let's see, are we done? Is this the last kind of layer? Ooh, oh, this will work in here, won't it? Green, where's the green? Oh, forest moss, a little bit of that maybe. And the peeled paint. Where's the peeled paint? A little brown. And the peeled paint. And splatter some white again. Adds more texture and pattern. And any of these, and also if I don't like them, what's the other thing I can do with them besides add layers? If you just said cut them up and make, you know, other pieces with it, you are right. All right, let's just add a little bit of the crushed olive and see how that does. I will not remember any of these layers that I've done after, you know, once they're dry and I lift them up and whatnot. All right, this might be the last one. Did I say that already? Just keep thinking that'll be the last one. Sure. Sure it will. That'll be the last one. No, that'll be the last one. Oh, we gotta do one of the new ones. Just for funsies. A little crushed olive and Scary Harry, and then one more piece. Could even spray it like this and have it go through the paper, and then spray the paper and lay it on top. And then this last one I might just do, I probably won't do anything on top. I'm just going to do a little bit of a, if there's, no, there's not much left in there. I'm just going to, oh, that's a lot. We're just going to spread that out and have it be almost kind of like coffee dye, but maybe put another piece on top because that's a lot of ink. Just saying. Where's the water? All right, I'm just gonna set that to dry. I'm not even gonna get this top piece wet. I'm just gonna use that to press down the other ones. Well, I will. I'll probably turn it over and get some of the outlying stuff around the edges. We don't want to waste it now, do we? And I can't use the heat dryer on them because I've got the Yupo in there, or Mylar in one case. So yeah, stencils are not usually made of stuff that you can use a heat gun on, just saying. That's just the nature of it all. So, I mean, that's a look. You could do that with your inks. Just spread them with your hands if you don't care what your hands look like for the rest of the day. All right, I am going to let these dry overnight. They will probably still be a little bit wet tomorrow. Who knows how hard it'll be to get them apart. And so we'll finish this at another time. And because I'll be merging together 2 videos, the second part of this video will likely have the sound off from itself. Like the sound and the picture will be off because that's what YouTube does to me. Unless I could find, and I don't know if it's the editing program I use, because when I watch it after I edit it, it's fine. But, or even when I'm got it ready to go up on YouTube and I fast forward to see if it's right at the end, it is. But once I upload it, then it's not fine anymore. So yeah. All right, so pages for a journal. Another cliffhanger, Stephanie. No, it's not, because this isn't the end of the video. That's right. It could be. That would be mean if I did that, but I won't. We will unveil these when we come back. Are you guys ready to see? It's still wet, but I just lifted it and I was like, okay, it's already showing some effects. If I left it longer, it would be even better. But I'm going to take it apart and show you as I take it apart, and then I'm going to heat dry the papers so that they're dry and then come back again. But look, this is from the bottom up. Isn't that so cool? So it's gotten enough of the stencil effect on it for me to go ahead and take them apart, and then I will dry them with the heat dryer, or I can lay them around, but I'm too impatient for that, which is why these didn't sit overnight. And yes, there's a little bit lines like that, but that's okay. It's okay that it does that. Okay. Oh wait, did it do that? Oh yes, it did. All right. So this paper's thick enough that you can do a stencil on either side and they don't really show through because it's a 90-pound, the sulfite paper. That is cool. I'm excited. And then when I use these again on paint and stuff, they'll do really cool stuff. So these will lighten as they dry. Let's see. Oh, and there's that side. And this one though, it's fun to see. So the last time I tried this, I didn't get the same results. Because I did not do my in-between papers and I was just using regular paper. So if you're using just regular paper, even 32-pound paper, you need to have another piece of paper in between. So like paper, stencil, paper, paper, stencil, paper, paper. But if you're using this 90-pound paper, apparently, you can use the, you can just go paper, stencil, paper, stencil. So they will look different when they dry, but it is fun to just see what happened. They just sat here a few hours, couple hours, not even that long. Isn't that cool? Oh, I love it. I'm loving it. Trying not to stack them on top of each other per se, but oh, did I show the other side? Oh yeah, that was the other side. Haha. That's so cool. And there's that one. That one will be a little bit more subtle probably because I did more tone on tone. You know, I didn't have a lot of contrast with these. So, and some of the stencil picked up more than the other. Oh, this one's where I did the paper. So that one you can see the stencil came through a little bit. So you could, even with the thicker paper, do paper, stencil, paper, paper, stencil. And you would still get, I think there's a little bit of the stencil coming through here. Oh yeah, that was the French. The French, ooh la la. French swirl. Ooh la la. Okay. And the Ironworks. I think French Swirl and Ironworks are both by Susan Dufresne. All these stencils are sold at pmartiststudio.com. And I mean, this is why I love a 9x12 stencil. It covers, because this is 9x12 paper too. So, you know, I get full coverage of the stencils. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love that so much. Okay. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm excited to dry these too. It'll take several minutes, but you know, and then I'll come back and show you again. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Remember, I was like, well, if they don't turn out right, it'll still be okay. But oh, I didn't show you the other side of this one. There's that one. should have found my I have one that's like kind of roses like this, but different. They're smaller and they're different. Similar but different. That one was a little bit darker. You can't see the pattern quite as well, but you can pretty much. You can still see the pattern. Don't get me wrong. It's still there. Oh, and then we tried one with just the paper, right? Just wet the paper with nothing else. And that's what happened with that one. And we got our peacock swirls. We did the red that would drip through to become the purpley bits. I knew that would happen. So this one's the red and the blue from the other ones. Because I turned it upside down. I turned it over and over and smushed it and did all the things. Oh, yes! I think that one's going to come out really well. Oh. See, that one was wrinkled, but it's okay. It's still going to look really cool. And then we've got our dancing leaves. Is that one Susan too? I don't remember. I have quite a few of her stencils. The dancing leaves with a wrinkle, and that's okay. If you really don't like it, you just put a belly band across there, but I don't mind it. It gives it a little grunge look. Then there's the Scary Harry. I gotta print the other one. There's one that has like similar lines to this, but not as curvy. And Mariah wants me to play with that one along with this one. Patricia did a little bit on the stream Thursday, I think. Tuesday. It might have been Tuesday. And that's just the plain side. Because with the last one we did just plain. And then this was just kind of the mop up of what was on the... Oh, there was a string here. So that's kind of leaving a thing. So I'm going to dry these and then be back. Oh, and before I forget, the black ink is like the worst ink. So you might want to actually wear gloves if you use black ink. I'm going to order the gloves in a bottle and see if it does any better than the Workman's, what was it called? Workman's Friend. As a barrier. The reason I got this, I like this because it just feels like lotion. I'm afraid, I don't know what the gloves in a bottle feel like. I'm afraid they're going to feel like weird. Also have to make sure there's no latex in it. But yeah, it's going to take several days for that to wash off because yes, I did try the toothpaste, Mariah. It's the black ink. It doesn't matter if it's a distressed ink or a pigment ink. It just stays on my hands. So it might be kind of cool, you know, take some string and get it all soaked up with the inks and then put it between two pieces of paper to let them dry. And you might get some cool effects with that too. That was just sitting on top of it and that happened. So, and that was just, you know, an accident, happy accident. Looks cool. Okay, they're damp, but mostly dry. So let's get a nice close look at everything. Not my hands though. So this one is just no stencil. And I'm thinking I might be able to add some, you know, water drops or splatter. I don't know. Add something to it to make it a little bit more interesting. We'll see. And then get the Scary Harry. I think it's Scary Harry. This is from, there are two styles of this stencil. And one of them I used in the nautical book journal that I want to finish. And it is based on, the Scary Harry stencils are based on a picture I took of my son's hair. Because my son has, I'm jealous of his hair. He has beautiful curly hair. My hair is a little bit wavy. I think I have a couple uncles with curly hair. And potentially, I guess if they grew their hair long, it would look like my son's. My son's is like more shoulder length now, but with COVID and everything, he just let it grow over the years. And what's cool, and so yeah, I'm going to change topics now. What's cool about these pages is I could put them in a journal all in order. And then that would be next to that. And that would be next to that and so forth. And like that would be, so it would be really, this is a really cool way to like have a coordinating pages in your journal. They wouldn't be exact because, you know, one side's going to be different than the other side of the stencil. And that's just got, even though that's words are hard. Even though that's peacock swirls, it could give you the effect of like water swirling as well. And that one's not as exciting, but I can add to it to improve it. This one, this stencil came through quite a bit. I don't know if it was because it was like a Mylar and maybe that's a little thicker than the Yupo is. I don't know. But the yellows and the reds and the oranges came out really nicely. And I'm not upset about like the blues coming through. I'm pretty sure that was probably blue that then mixed with the yellow to make the beautiful teal color there. And the folds, that just adds to it. I'm not, sorry, I just love this stencil. That was just happy. I went upstairs one day and there was this shadow on my wall in my living room. Never seen it before, never seen it since. And I took a picture of it because I was like, ooh, I need to make a stencil out of that. It's a little bit different. It's not exactly like the picture. But it basically, we have a magnolia tree. I don't even know how. It's like on the corner, almost beside the house. But it was shadowing in the front window onto the wall above the stairs. And it inspired that stencil. This one's Ironworks. Like I said, except for that one stencil, all these stencils are sold at PM Artist Studio. The 9x12s are perfect for doing dyed papers. That's the French Flourish. I don't always know the names of all of them. If you ever have a question about a stencil you see and you're like, ooh, what is that stencil called? So I can go find it. Just ask me. Just timestamp. Give me the timestamp. That helps me a lot. Like if you say, oh, it was after you showed this one, that doesn't help me because I still would have to watch the whole video to find it. But you're at the point. So to timestamp it, basically, click on the comment, and in that time period that you want, just click the little number there, and that will give the timestamp. Or you can even type it in. Like if you see that it's like at 37 minutes, 42 seconds, just write 37:42, and I'll be able to click on that, and it will take me directly to that part of the video. So this is where there was no stencil. And then this is, I love this. This is just so subtle and gorgeous. I just love it. This one too. This is one of Eddie's stencils. That was, I think, inspired by some old wallpaper in his townhouse that he's having renovated. And then this one Brad designed. This is, Mariah, have you told Brad that this is one of my favorites? I talk to people in my videos. Yes, I do. Look at it. Look at it. And even where it's like this little darkness right here. And I don't know what happened here, but it's glorious. Look at that. Look, oh wait, let me look at the stencil and see. It was probably just, I don't know. I don't even see anything on the stencil itself that would have made those marks. I don't know, but it's glorious. That's just the magic of just playing. Oh, you wanted to see the other side of that too? Wonky net. Wonky net in a 9x12. That's how you get that. And if you don't have 9x12s, you only have like 5x7s, just do the 2. And then each page has a little bit a different thing. And there's the other side of that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love when this works. I love this stencil. This one I used in my nautical too. This is one of the floor tiles by Eddie. Eddie makes art. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. It's Reyes. I think he said he's, yeah. I heard a noise. It was like a ringing. It was like, oh, this is one of my favorites. Look at all the colors in there. I'm going to have to go back and watch how he made that one. Oh, I love it. This is the forest. Is it the forest floor or the forest foliage? It's one of them. I think the ones with the more circles are foliage, and the forest floor is a little bit different. I mean, I named them after I'd made them because I was just doodling one day and they just kind of happened. I was like, oh, that'd make a cool stencil. This one's like bubbles and bobbles, maybe. And there's the other side of that one. Of course, any of my stencil designs, just go to pmartiststudio.com and put in DARCY in the search, and you will see all my stencils and stamps if you're interested in that. So that is, those are the pages. Some of those, maybe all, maybe some, will be going in the journal. Was this as the cover. I will continue working on it in another video. I'm not sure if I'll try. I mean, it'll all be hashtag how do you do, because this is one of the fabrics from the How Do You Do collaboration. And yeah, I've got two actual journals made from fabric, or made from pieces in the kit, and then a side piece journal as well that will probably end up having some pieces from the kit. So I hope you all have a delightful day. I had so much fun playing, and also my Ranger ink package came today, and I think I got like probably one of the last mystery boxes. So that will be probably the next video. I hope you guys have a delightful day. Love you.